Welcome back to Departure Brief, guys. Today we are in Sarajevo in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we're going to show you what you can see if you only have one day.
Let's go.
Again, embracing proper Balkan lifestyle, we have booked an apartment for 3 nights in Sarajevo, and the total price was 84 euros for the 3 nights. Now check out our digs, it's pretty cool. Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. Guys, we are in an abandoned bobsled track here in Bosnia that unfortunately has a dark past. It was turned into a bit of a sniper's nest during the conflict, but in more modern times now it is just a constantly changing art gallery that you can walk along. The only bobsled track in the world that you are allowed to walk along, and it is mighty cool. We're on a tour today, but what you can do is take a cable car for 11 minutes from the center of Sarajevo all the way up to the top, and then you can walk down. Jeez, it is cool. Gonna miss our tour bus.
After running back to our ride, we headed to the old town in Sarajevo. Sarajevo has a long and interesting history. Most significantly, it was shaped by 2 of the world's largest empires, the Ottoman Empire and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We recommend splitting your sightseeing into 2 sections, which are literally separated by a line symbolizing where east meets west. The streets you see now are of Ottoman influence, and we will get to the west later in the video.
We have done a half-day tour that was pre-organised with Elvis, our tour guide. Now, we don't normally do these things because we are budget travellers, but considering that we only have one day here, we wanted to see absolutely everything to do the place justice, and he took us to a number of interesting spots. Elvis's tour was an absolute must, and we'll put a link to the tour in the video description.
You just pour the coffee in it. Too much. And now with coffee. Don't burn.
Cheers.
It took half completely.
Too much sugar.
Yeah.
So then do you put the rest of the sugar back in now or no?
If you like sugar, you put it in. If you don't like...
That's cool.
What a journey.
Yep, I'm cultured now. This is one of the coolest little streets in the old town, full of creatives making their copper products. A lot of these merchants are generational makers in that their fathers made copper products, their fathers' fathers made copper products, and so on and so forth. So it is a really cool thing to look into when you're in this part of town, and if you're looking for a unique souvenir. If there's one street you can't avoid here in the old town, it is the widest street. It is here where you'll find pretty much everything under the sun, from souvenirs to jewelry, Turkish delight and ice cream. It's just a really, really cool street that runs right through the old town from one side to the other.
After a busy morning of strolling around the old town, be sure to try a sausage and cevapi combo dish from any of the traditional restaurants in the old town. The prices in the old town are very reasonable for such a touristic/historic location. After lunch, don't forget to visit the iconic Gazi Husrev Beg Mosque and Sibilj before moving towards the west.
Right now what we're walking through is a place that was built at the same time period as the Grand Bazaar in Turkey. Like here, the building is a bit different, made from like local materials that they had compared to what they found in Istanbul, but what you'll find in the shops is very much the same. Knockoff designer brands, souvenirs, jewelry. But our tour guide Elvis explained to us that where they will bargain in Istanbul,
They're not interested here.
the price is the price.
I wouldn't mind buying something, but preferably Christmas decoration. Just a note, everywhere in here takes cash. Actually, everywhere in Bosnia and Herzegovina seems to prioritise cash. So make sure you have cash. The ATMs do charge a fee, so just get a heap out when you go.
Absolute rip-off of a fee. 10 Australian dollars. So apart from the sign on the ground, you'll notice that on the Ottoman side, the architecture changes from east to west with the Hungarian side.
Sorry, let's try that again.
One of the coolest parts of the tour and the coolest parts of Sarajevo that we've uncovered is where east meets west.
All the meeting of cultures.
All the facades and the ways that the buildings are built, the architecture, it just completely changes as if you are literally just stepping into a different world. One of the coolest parts about Elvis's tour was not only pointing out the significant buildings and the history behind them, like how this church was built by a relatively no-name architecture graduate from the Hungarian Empire, but he also pointed out the more finer details, the intimate details of Sarajevo, the things that you would normally just walk past and not know what you were looking at. Like, for example, what is a Sarajevo rose. And of course, along with the Ottoman and Hungarian Empire architecture, you will also find socialist architecture and all its beauty. So comparative to Mostar, I think Mostar War Pass is more in your face because it's a smaller city, but Sarajevo itself was under siege for 4 years. It's the longest continuous period a single city was under siege, and there are evidence of it if you know where to look. Like, for example, this building has clearly been peppered with bullets. And a lot of the socialist buildings, or just buildings in general that you see while you're walking through Sarajevo, have patchwork on them, or they've been completely redone. Let's be real, this place was absolutely peppered with tank and mortar fire and rocket launchers. Far out, right on cue. We just crossed this bridge and then look at the chunk of building that is missing from obviously either a tank or a rocket launcher. It's way too big to just be a bullet. Pretty intense, HAL.
Yeah, it's awful.
Have you ever been somewhere that is so historically significant, it just blows your mind that that's where you are? Right now I'm crossing one of the 4 Ottoman-built stone bridges in Sarajevo, and on the other side of it, the Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, sparking World War I. But first there's a wedding going past, have a look. I think the wedding percussion is just about over. Right behind me is the stone bridge, Latin Bridge it's called, and right in front of me is where the Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, sparking World War I. Literally just got joined as a tour group as I got over there, but those footsteps that I was just filming right there is the place where I guess the guerrilla soldier from Serbia stood and killed the Archduke in his car. Just standing there. Right here. So without giving away too many of the secrets of the walking tour, what we're walking on now is known as Sniper's Alley, and this was the most dangerous place to be in the whole siege.
Wow, look at that building.
Yeah. It is evident. So on the mountains to my left, which you can't see, it was pretty much artillery fire, tanks, mortars, shells, rifles, snipers, you name it, was all shooting down into this part of the city, amongst other parts of the city, but this one it is absolutely known for. This was not the place you wanted to be. Just casually passing another Sarajevo rose. I just walked Jamie Lee 20 minutes in the heat to see this monument. Let's see her reaction.
What are you doing?
That's it.
Are you kidding?
We're finally at our last stop in Sarajevo. What an epic day it was. We're at the Canned Beef Monument. We're not exactly sure the meaning behind it, but if you
I got
know,
no idea why Matt's brought me to this canned beef, so.
I think there's a dark humour element to it. If you know, let us know in the comments. And with that, we hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel.
And see you next time.